Yeshua went out in Jerusalem with the disciples, and they were looking at the temple at that time. And Yeshua said to them, and this is according to Matthew 24, look at all this. See all these buildings here? They're going to come down. They're just going to come down. One stone, not one stone shall be left here upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he was sitting on Mount of Olives, the Talmudim came and said, well, tell us, when will these things happen? Because they were getting nervous. It's one thing when you have a charismatic leader and they're saying all the cool things you'd like to do and get into, but it's quite another when their prophecy includes suffering and loss. Yeshua said, take heed that no one deceives you. You are deceived because you're deceivable. I've seen a whole group of people get deceived all at once. It's like deception is in the air. In Washington, D.C., someone says treason is in the air. There's a lot of this going on right now, a lot of shaky stuff. Because, whether you believe it or not, the Brit Hadashah says he will return. And these will be the signs of his return. I don't think I've ever seen such violence, racial enmity, and other such things in New York. And in my whole life, I've never seen such. And I'm from the South. I've never seen such things as I do now. And Yeshua said, for many will come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and will deceive many. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nations will rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then they'll deliver you up to the tribulation and kill you, and you'll be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will be offended and betray one another and will hate one another. Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. Now, we have seen the hermit country known as North Korea for several decades get more and more bizarre. And Kim Jong-un, which is the grandson of the big mocker at the time, this guy has lost his head. He enjoys basketball and he enjoys killing. He's a real bloodthirsty, murdering type of guy. And he is always shooting missiles up into the air. They're winding up in the China Sea, the Japanese Sea. They're winding up all over the place. But he says, I will be sending America a missile, a nuke. And he guarantees it. And he's just crazy enough to do it. And people are thinking, well, who's going to assassinate him? The United States has no policy of assassination. Who's going to take him out? And they're thinking, oh, well, the people there will take him out. Notice we always pass the buck. Somebody else will do the dirty work. But that's not true. Because in Northern Korea, the people are just like robots. I was in China in 1985. The kids were like robots. In communist regimes, and this one is particularly virulent, even the Chinese don't want to mess with this guy. And so we are seeing the potential, not Iran and not Russia and not some other places. We're seeing the potential of Northern Korea, a smaller country, blowing off some steam and shooting some nukes into Oregon or someplace, California. So these are only the beginnings, Yeshua said, the beginnings. But are you ready? Will you be ready? Are you going to have fear? Are you going to go hide under the bed? No. The real believer, the people that do know their God, they will they will arise, they will do mighty exploits, it says in Daniel. Daniel is like a companion prophet in his writings about the end times. Daniel prophesies Hashikuts, which is the lawless one, the Antichrist who will come. And so I encourage everyone to read the Holy Scriptures, to read the prophetic writings. People don't realize that the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, has all, and for you Muslim folks out there, the Holy Injil has all these writings. And it's very much your responsibility to read them and let the Holy One speak to you. Baruch Hashem.